James, great to see you, and congratulations on this.
Thank you.
Wow, what an amazing movie.
Thank you.
Beautiful to look at, and just so compelling. I found Percy's story so compelling. What was it about him that you thought, yes, I've got to tell this story?
You know, it's funny, you don't really know on a conscious level what makes you interested in a story, but about midway through, my wife said to me, she said, you know, this is a story about you and about me. And I said, what? She said, well, you go off for years at a clip to work on movies, and it's always the struggle between, you know, making a movie and its obsession and what it does to you and what it does to the family. And I thought, oh, maybe she's right. So maybe it's that.
Yeah.
I found the obsession a driving and dramatic thing, and I really latched onto that.
And then Charlie, I mean, talk about obsession.
Yeah.
I mean, he really dove into this role beyond your expectations, perhaps?
He was fantastic. You know, you can't predict when an actor, you know, you meet them and you love them and you think they're great and you have great conversation and they're intelligent or whatever, all of which is true in his case and the others in the film, but you can't predict dedication once you get to the set. And he and the others were crazily dedicated, and I love them for it.
Yeah, crazily dedicated. The guy loses like 40 pounds.
Yeah.
He turns off his, no communication for 4 months.
Well, you know, that's not as generous as it sounds. Let's talk here. You know, Charlie did turn off his cell phone, but when you are on the Don Diego River in the jungle, your cell phone's not working. So he can turn off or turn on his cell phone, doesn't really matter. But we'll give him props anyway.
Good point. That's a good point. But here's the thing. You take this cast and yourself to this, Colombian rainforest.
Yeah.
It's
crazy. But go ahead.
Yeah. And like even, talking about it, and I know you've been talking about this movie for a couple months now, and does it still go, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah. When I came back to LA, and I had all the footage finally sent. It was about a week and a half late, with all the footage coming back finally. I remember looking at the footage and having a kind of PTSD and not being able to look, the UK portion of the film, which is a sizable portion, that I could work on. The jungle, I said, let's push that aside for another few weeks.
But we're talking like a lot of hazards. Tell me a little bit about that because, there's snakes. I mean, I understand that there was like a deadly spider that almost bit you.
Well, I didn't know that until about a week and a half ago because it was on the back of my neck. I didn't feel it. And they brushed it off me, but they told me that a week and a half ago. But, we were basically in crocodile-infested waters in the river. And, Charlie had an insect crawl into his ear and start eating its way out through his eardrum. And I had scorpions on my leg. It was insanity.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, we're invaders into their world, and they don't respect the production of a movie. So there's that, and there's also the natural thing, the river. The river is its own animal.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Like I say, it was worth it all in the end.
Thank
Tom
you.
Holland surprised me too.
That's fantastic.
And I understand at the end he did a little Spider-Man trick for you that didn't quite work out.
Well, yeah, I feel a little bit guilty for that because he had shown me some video of him doing these kind of amazing flips and this very Donald O'Connor Singing in the Rain thing where he could walk up a wall and flip. And I jokingly said, you didn't do that, that's CG. He said, what are you talking about? I did exactly that, I did it. I said, no, you didn't, that's computer graphic, you did the whole thing. I did it, watch this. I said, and it was sort of a slow motion thing, like, and he was in his, early 20th century costume with these giant boots, and he tries to do a flip. And he face planted right on the floor on a rock in the desert, in the jungle, and his nose smashed, blood everywhere, and the only thing I could think of was, we're in the jungle, and how's he going to get that fixed? And it was his last day of shooting, so we had to airlift him out to a hospital, and I think it was Barranquilla, where they straightened his nose and everything.
Well, thank goodness everybody, came out unscathed pretty much, but it was worth it. It's a beautiful film,
Well,
and thank you
you
for telling the story. It's
you're
fascinating.
welcome.